I guess I just, I mean, you're welcome.
Here's your hosts of the MonsterCast, the Straight Edge Monster Jack and Ryan.
Chavo Guerrero made headlines this week because he started tweeting it out, or not tweeting out. I guess, well, yeah, he did tweet out. He said something on the show too, though. But anyway, he had mentioned that he is not a fan of Rey Mysterio paying homage to Eddie Guerrero every chance he gets because he thinks he's making money off the Guerrero name and all this stuff, and then had the audacity to say that he could run circles around Rey Mysterio today, which is definitely not true. But here's the thing. Then he comes out to try to save face and fucking tweet out, that's how a heel should tweet. First of all, no one in WWE is told to tweet storylines. The only people that try to tweet storylines are people that are not getting time on TV anyway, and have to push their own fucking storyline forward to make it make sense to people because you guys, aka the creative team that we were just talking about, doesn't know how to do it on actual TV. There's no heel, that's how a heel tweets. That doesn't even make any goddamn sense. If you want to look how a heel tweets, go look at Baron Corbin, go look at MJF. That's how a heel tweets. We already have heels that tweet in character. You're not teaching anyone anything. That's why everybody saw right through his bullshit. And I think he's just jealous of Rey Mysterio. I think that's what it really comes down to.
It's that there's a really old comic, and it does say the word retarded in it. So if that bothers you, then whatever. But there's a guy that walks up to a group of people, and he's like, I'm retarded," and then they all look at him and they're like, "Cool," and then they go back to what they're doing, and then the next panel is him like laughing to himself. He's like, "Haha, got him. I was only pretending to be retarded." It's like, you can't use this as your excuse when somebody says that you've done something dumb, to say, "Oh, I was just kidding," because you weren't. And there's no gain in that. You're not being a heel if you're not selling a program that's happening. You're not going to do a program with Rey. You're not working Rey. You're not, what, as a heel, do you think you're doing with that? Now, the counter to that would be, oh, well, Baron Corbin and MJF talk shit to people that they're not in programs with too. Yeah, but they do that because they're currently in the industry, relevant in the industry, and it's normally fans and shit. They're not trying to talk shit on a personal level about somebody that's in the same industry as them in a different company for like weirdly specific personal reasons that don't really apply.
That they would never make a storyline anyway into. Well, WWE might. WWE might. But
WWE might.
You get what I'm saying though. Like that. Chavo Guerrero is just gonna come into WWE and they're gonna have two really old dudes in a fucking program talking about Eddie Guerrero and completely ignoring the fact that Dominic Mysterio was involved in that storyline, and that was part of the reason why Rey Mysterio was even going out of his way to pay respect to Eddie in his like entrance theme for WrestleMania 39 and stuff, because Dominic would bring up Eddie throughout their program. It's not like he's doing this every fucking show. He's not coming out with the lowrider and shit every show. He did it for fucking WrestleMania 39, dude. Like, what?
Here's the thing too. Has he ever said anything about Sasha or Mercedes using the Three Amigos? Probably not.
Or the Black Tiger gear?
Right. Like, this isn't him actually caring about something. This is just him crying because, like you said, he's probably jealous of the success that Rey still has in his wrestling career, and Chavo never did. And Chavo was always sort of a lower mid-card kind of jobber guy.
I mean, if anybody used Eddie to get over more, it wouldn't be Chavo.
Yeah, I mean, probably, honestly. And the other part of it is when people do talk shit on Twitter to people in other companies about personal shit, they don't usually come out afterward and say, "Oh no, I was just being a heel." When Seth Rollins and Ospreay had their thing, or when Miz and CM Punk had their thing, or whatever, they didn't come out after the fact and be like, "Oh no, see, I was just in character," because everybody knows it's not true. Like, there's no reason for your character to do that. You're not building to a program in character when you work for different fucking companies. It's like the most transparent shit. It was really weird to say.
You know what's weird though is those four guys that you just mentioned would be more believable if they did say they were in character, because they all seem like assholes anyway.
Right.
They would say that on TV anyway.
Right. the trying to write it off as I was just being a heel bro.
Well,
it
he only
doesn't
did that
work.
because of the backlash that he got.
Right, because nobody agreed with him. I don't think I saw a single person like, oh yeah, he's got a point. Not one. Not one. It'd be different if it was somebody like up and coming that never knew Eddie, trying to make their name off of him by like referencing him constantly and like pretending to be like the fucking next incarnation.
Well,
or
he sure the
something.
hell ain't gonna
But
do
that's
that
not
to
what's
Mercedes.
happening.
He sure the fuck ain't gonna do that to Mercedes on Twitter, because it'll be over for him with all her stands. It would be over. Eddie or Ray was the best option, honestly. He was definitely not. He would have to close his fucking account down if he did that shit about Mercedes, dude.
God, those people are so annoying, dude. You get the
They
RP
are, but I'd be
accounts
on their
and
side in this case, honestly. So I don't really
yeah,
care.
I would too, but it doesn't mean I want to weaponize poor behavior.
Correct.
They are mad annoying, and the RP accounts are the worst. The ones that are pretending to be Sasha and then like in character, out of character. Like, bro, you have got to do something better with your fucking time. Yeah, this was a very strange thing to say. I don't think anybody agreed with him, and I wish that instead of trying to deflect into I was being a heel, he just walked it back and said, you know what, I was like, I don't know, maybe I was feeling emotional about some shit for some reason. You're right, that wasn't a good thing to say. I don't know where my head was at, but I apologize.
Just
How
say you
hard
were
is
drunk.
that?
Just say you were drunk like Jericho. You just drunk tweeting or something, dude, because that was fucking crazy.
I think him saying that, everybody would be like, okay, we get it. Like, it's your uncle. Like, shit, you start to see something that reminds you of it, it makes you take it personally, and then you say some out of line shit. You apologize, everything's cool. But going
Especially
straight
since
to
it's the internet,
I'm a
because as soon
wrestler.
as he said that shit, and then he tried to walk it back or whatever, and people were like posting old clips of Eddie Guerrero talking about how much he loves Rey Mysterio and shit, and people are just fucking tagging him. Oh, it's so good, dude. It's so good. And I'm sitting there like, man, you brought this on yourself. I do not feel bad for you at all.
Hey guys, did you like that video? If so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can also catch full episodes of the MonsterCast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. And you can also catch us live every Sunday on Twitch. All links in the description below, along with some sweet merch from yours truly, the MonsterCast. Deuces.